Alright, what up world? Hemingway checking in, and we are back with another video. So, the OG Juicy J has said that rap sales are down 40%. Now, per my quick search, I didn't see any other platforms or like any other magazines or anything posting about it. So, I feel like he might have some inside information and he's speaking out. But I'm sure we'll see that being reported here soon, if not. But let's go back. Even in August, it was being reported by Billboard that music execs were depressed and stressed out because they were having a hard time breaking new artists, breaking new pop artists in particular per I think it was Complex, but nonetheless it was music execs in the industry that's been having a hard time finding and breaking new artists. And then even before that, in July, Rolling Stone did a report that even the dominance of rap was declining on the charts. So with rap sales being down, if it's true, I'm not surprised, because they've been telling us that, rap sales have been declining. It's already been stated that that's the one thing I didn't look up before I did this, but it was already stated that there was no #1 rap album so far this year, or no number one rap single so far this year. Alright, so correction, I did look this up, and it looks like Doja Cat's Paint the Town Red did go #1 for a rap song in September, on September 14th. And it's getting stagnant. I don't like to necessarily just talk about a problem without talking about my POV or a solution. So what I think that it is this is the point in music overall, but definitely in hip hop, where we're about to transition again. Like, I feel like every 3 or 4 years it kind of switches up a little bit or transitions, but I could probably say the last 6 to 8 years, a lot of the industry overall has kind of conformed to just one sound, whatever that sound was at the time. The sounds have still kind of switched and transitioned as far as the producing styles and what we were, what we were doing. There's still been a few different pockets of variety, but for the most part, the industry that sounds like this, or this. So 2 main things I think is going on, and definitely 2 things I think are solutions for the music industry overall, but hip hop specifically, is songwriting and artist development. I think with rap and hip hop in particular, like, we got to a point to where it's a freestyle era, but in a sense of, like, y'all know, like back in the day, like, to people who are, I don't know, born in 98, 96 and before. I'm born in 91. Y'all know about, like, the grinding beat, or back in the day, if you actually, even when you weren't an artist, but like kids just used to freestyle in the lunchroom, stuff like that, locker room, whatever. Outside of us having hard bars or saying some stuff that we know we wasn't really doing, the shit that always made you a good rapper or a good freestyler was the goofy stuff, the funny stuff, the ignorant stuff, the saying the most outrageous thing while you freestyling. And I feel like almost we got to a point of that, like that becoming a reality in hip hop. So you have certain artists that's always gonna make certain songs and it's gonna be good. They're gonna have subject matter, structure. They're gonna be, kind of talking about something. It's gonna be cohesive. It's gonna have a point. But a lot of the younger rappers that have a hold of the industry right now, outside of drilling, op killing, a lot of the females with the, with the P popping, like, outside of that, even the party music or the fun music is just like, sex and turning up. And it's again, like I said in my last video, it's just not creative. That's always been what hip hop is. Hip hop is the essence of not only young folks, but it's the essence of just fun, good time, party. But also on the flip side, it's always going to speak about, the struggles, the down times too. So there's nothing wrong with even the reality of cats being in the street and rapping about that. That's a reality for some of these young dudes who making music, and some guys in general that's making music. Not a problem. The biggest issue, and I guess I could say the third issue, is the balance of it all. But I think the creativity and the song, just the knowledge of song structure, how to make a cohesive song and make it make sense, that's just lacking right now. And half of that is because these artists aren't developed. They're not getting up under nobody in person, or even just kind of finding it online to really make good music. I think more now than ever we're at that point where everybody's really they want to do it, they want to make music, but people are really just doing it as a lick. We know definitely over the past, see, what was 6 years ago? It's 2023, 20. So, and what, 16? Yeah, and in 2017, 2016, like, they were probably doing it before, but from 16, 17 to now, for the last 6, 7 years, they've been just taking influencers or people that went viral offline and signing them to either, a lot of them was 360 deals, but to some sort of form of a music contract, a record deal, and just making them artists. And so music has been overall in all genres, like, that was literally like meme rapper, influence. It sucks because there was rappers attached to all of it, but that was like influencer music. And now we've got to the point to where they still do that, but they just actually make them, instead of it being a viral clip from a news video or something like that, it's actually somebody who they're getting ghostwriters to write for. They're paying writers and paying people to write the raps to talk about the subject matter that's trash, that's going to get put back into the rap and hip hop community, which is essentially predominantly the black community. So that was a little bit of a rant. It's a big old cycle with that, but I think overall, actually getting up under somebody and developing good song structure and different ways to deliver your message, it just brings back that variety. And then you also find balance. You'll have kids that live this lifestyle, but if they want to make music, they can do it. They live this lifestyle, but if they want to make music, they can do it. This lifestyle, want to make music, they can do it, but they get up under somebody who knows how to create a solid actual song and just show them how to do that before they get out here. And then we're also seeing with most artists, again, since about 2017 or so, these people blow up viral, whether it was online, the ones around 2017, that was right before TikTok, right during TikTok when it started. But of course, since 2020 to now, TikTok is blowing a lot of these artists up. They get a good bit of attention, they get traction, they get going, they get signed, and then by the time they start doing shows, they're trash on stage because not only have they never done shows, but they actually haven't even been practiced. Like, there's no part of the label when they get them signed that is still polishing artists. Part of that is because the industry, but they weren't investing in artists and building them up and signing them early, then dropping something or releasing their first album or single, a year, 2 years later. It went from that to, with the independent era and the underground era, you already having a fan base established. You already been putting in work for 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years. We gonna go ahead and sign you, and then we just gonna go from there. So to a degree, the independent labels were developing and polishing these artists, but then it started getting to a point to where you had more so of this is the last decade or so, you've had the Chief Keefs, the ASAP Rockies. They blew up online, but they still worked enough on the underground to where they got developed. By the time they got, to their major, I mean, they blew up quick, I can't say that. But they still had a little bit, that was just in the transition period. They still were able to build that stuff up. But now it's just like, man, people blow up online and they get signed, and they never did a showcase. Like that era, the Chief Keef, 2012, 2011, basically 2010 to 2014 or so, those 4 years, like, there was still a lot of artists who were coming up off showcases in their local city, stuff like that, who went on to be bigger artists, but they was actually performing in the city. They was moving around with their people in the city. They was actually being artists and doing stuff online and offline. A lot of these people now, it's just young kids now, a lot of them, it's just in the crib. They do it in the crib, they knock it out, they blow up, they ain't never really did a show, you know what I'm saying? They probably didn't even really record it in the studio for real. Probably didn't even record it off no recording equipment at home. Just people blowing. I think it was Lil Tyler, like, blowing up off doing it on his phone. I think that the key to the industry having a smooth transition to whatever the next phase is better songs, which are probably going to come from more developed artists or someone actually investing in the artist development, writing songs for people, specifically producing for people, stuff like that, and just allowing that balance, allowing the variety to be there in the balance. Again, online you're gonna find it, but in the mainstream, it's just like it's just the same stuff right now, the same stuff. So y'all tell me what y'all think. Out of those three things, between the balance of variety, better song quality overall. I know attention spans are short, but just better songs, even though they're shorter, and more developed artists. So stage presence, actually had some practice, understand how to hold the mic in certain situations, all that stuff. Actually understand the studio etiquette, how to record, like a lot of that stuff that a lot of these artists I feel like don't get in till way later on, if they take it serious or not. So, but other than that, y'all tell me what y'all think. I go by the name of Hemingway. Until next time, I'm out of here.